Hello, everybody. Welcome. I hope you guys are having an incredible day. It's so wonderful to connect with you once again. And today we are on day 17 of our 30-day challenge. Oh my gosh, we are having an amazing, amazing month. Hello to Jamak. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited because Jamak and I are working on a little collaboration that I'm really excited to share with you soon. And it's definitely going to expand this work into a Spanish-speaking audience. And definitely check out Jamak's YouTube channel to look at his incredible works. Oh my gosh, love his work. So check him out. Christine Bengloli, hello from Hawaii. Mr. Lindsay McDonald, hello. Cedric in Sacramento, nice. 80s horror fan, thank you so much for that super chat. Oh my love, you are awesome. Keep it up. Thank you. You too. Thank you for being here with us. It's been quite a journey. Truth Seeker, hello Geraldine. Thank you for these gifts of knowledge to us. Kathy, thank you so much for being here. I am so excited to connect with you guys and to get some work done this month, and we're doing great. You don't know how excited it makes me feel to read your messages at the openings, the aha moments, the transformations that you guys are experiencing. That is really the biggest gift to me. And it really fills my heart with so much love. So I want to thank you, light workers, for all the work that you're doing in expanding and healing the collective consciousness on this level. Okay. So today's class is dedicated to a question that we had, and the question was brought to us by Tans, who is in Brazil, and I'm going to actually read his question because he has a great question here. So Tans, shout out to you. He says, hi, Geraldine. I don't know if it would be possible during the current emotional challenge, but I would like to hear your feelings and thoughts and analysis about balance. I will be more specific. Oftentimes, I see and understand from my perspective that one can hide themselves behind balance. And using balance as an excuse, creating separations, another way of programming. Whereas another example could be that one says, I don't live in the darkness. I would not recognize the light if I don't live in that darkness, and so on. So he wants to understand what balance is. What does it feel like? How do we define it? How do we utilize it in our everyday life? And this is actually such a perfect segue into our week because it really allows us to understand what balance is about. And balance is something that it's a process. It's a work in process, just the way your spiritual evolution is a work in progress and it's never ending. There's never a final destination. We are constantly teaching ourselves how to embody unconditional love and how to be able to love more unconditionally. This is really what it's about as this human experience. In order for us to grow, in order for us to learn, every single experience is a learning experience to help you learn and have the opportunity to be able to love unconditionally in all those different directions. And balance is the side effect. It is the result of the ability to come into unconditional love. Unconditional love is an all-encompassing perspective that looks at all the aspects of our experience, not just immediate, temporary, everyday experiences, but your existence. The existence of the human on this human realm, in this three-dimensional plane, is to learn through experiences. And in order to learn, we have to take a look at everything. We have to experience everything. We have to experience joy. We have to experience love. We have to experience passion. We have to experience fear, pain, separation, feeling disconnected. We have to experience all of those things. And without those experiences, we cannot know what it's like to be a human. We cannot experience the full richness of the spectrum of the human experience. Any time that we restrict ourselves from feeling and learning through the experience of something, we are blocking ourselves in a little box. And I like to call it, it's like a gilded cage where you think you're creating a little environment of safety for yourself, but in fact, you're limiting yourself from being able to learn more. And that's why it's really powerful to begin to train ourselves to move outside of any comfort zone that we have built for ourselves. And if you don't, trust me, the universe will push you in that direction, because the law of this universe, the design of this universe is creation. And in order to create, things have to be evolving, moving. There's cycles of death and there's cycles of rebirth. And we're experiencing these cycles of death and rebirth in every milliquantum nanosecond that we exist in this realm. And we are experiencing that not only in the physical dimension, but we're experiencing that in all dimensional layers. Every single moment is a quantum moment on all dimensional expressions. Every thought that you have is creating a tangent in a dimensional timeline. And that dimensional timeline is running with its existence based on the emotional input that you put into that timeline. And let's say something else catches your attention and you start drifting in another direction, you're creating another potential timeline. And as much input that you put, emotional input, energy in motion in that directional timeline, you are letting another timeline exist. So every single moment, every second right now, just take a look at your thoughts, take a look at where your emotions are. There are many processes running right now. When we are unconscious, we have a monkey mind that is just running a million miles a minute, coming up with all kinds of ideas, judgments, perceptions, feelings, emotions, meanings that are being applied on different things, calculations that are happening. So much is happening on the back end of our mind. And you have to remember that the one that is experiencing and processing that data is the auric field, our multidimensional body. The multidimensional body is actually the antenna that is intercommunicating with all dimensional planes. So when we have our antenna heavy and sick and stagnant and blocked, then the kind of information that we can bring into the body is going to be limited. It's going to be only going through those little holes that are available for the information to seep into the body. You see, we're filtering information. And so this blocks our ability to have a full, rich experience of everything from light to dark. Our human experience is so powerful that we are equipped not only emotionally but physically to withstand incredible shifts in how we're doing. We are incredibly adaptive. We can adapt to any kind of circumstance, any kind of situation. A person that lives in the equator is moved to the Himalayas, and that person, the body, even though they might go through a learning curve where they become sick, readjusting to the weather, the altitude, the body will be able to eventually adjust to that environment. So think about how many processes and things have to shift in order for this incredibly beautiful instrument to begin to adjust itself to new environments, new information and data being introduced into its field. Well, we're doing that with ourselves all the time. And this is the journey and the invitation of the conscious human being. Because the human being that is in sleep, the human being that is in hypnosis, that is disconnected from their consciousness and that is not embodied source, is going to be only cycling through mechanical cyclical patterns of trauma and karma, which are encoded within their genetic code. And they are only utilizing the teeny tiny little 0.000% of the toolbox of their human capacity. And so this is a limitation, and in a way, it's like an existential ignorance that we don't understand how much and what we're capable of. And it's the same with our brain activity. Right now, the brain activity is only utilizing a tiny little percentage processing mechanical programs, your everyday life, because we're in survival in that hypnosis, the hypnosis of survival. Survival is a hypnosis, a very powerful hypnosis to continue to maintain the human in a constant state of sleep and unconsciousness. So the incredible power of being conscious allows you to begin to move outside of those little mechanical experiences and begin to activate more of your DNA, more of your brain activity. And this is the incredible part about it, that when we're in mechanical reactions, we're only using a very small part of our brain. But when we start meditating, for example, it's scientifically been proven, marked, and measured that the brain lights up in a very powerful way. Different emotions, even the alchemical shift, alchemizing emotions in the physical body, light up different parts of the brain as well that begin to help activate. Your gray matter in the brain begins to grow. Okay, so this is a muscle that needs to be exercised. Just the way when our muscles in our bodies, we don't exercise them, we begin to become frail and essentially sick, and our bones can break easily. Well, the brain is functioning the same way, and the brain functions like this incredible computational system that is directing and sending signals, non-physical, vibrational signals into the physical body in order to respond and react and move in many dimensional layers. So our mechanism, which tunes into the morphogenetic field as a base instruction manual for how things need to operate in order to maintain the human body in homeostasis, in a perfect balance, is a very beautiful dance between learning experiences without stagnation, without resistance. So the key really to come into balance is to be able to experience everything without resistance. And this is something that we're learning how to do on many dimensional levels. The physical and the levels of the physical, which is the nervous system, has to be changed and shift. It has to be, we are healing and strengthening the nervous system. We are neutralizing some traumatic mechanical responses in the nervous system. We are releasing the muscles from tension, stagnation, toxic chemicals that are stored within the muscle system. Just like when we stretch, it's the same when we do energy work on a physical body. We begin to release some of these toxins in the body, because the toxins are not only chemical, but they are energetic in the physical body, and they're also etheric, right? So we have to now graduate to the next level of understanding what it means to heal, what it means to be the embodiment of a new human. All of these concepts of we tend to get very, very distracted in things. We get distracted in aliens, we get distracted in spiritual techniques, all kinds of things. But this is actually where the real work is. This is the new human. The new human is the human that understands how to embody themselves in all dimensional layers. And as we create that balance biochemically in the body, the brain begins to balance itself. The emotions begin to balance themselves. The perspectives begin to balance themselves. And then the output is a balance that is so profound that it is in harmony with yourself and your environment. And that's really what balance is about. It's harmonious exchanges. In order to create harmonious exchanges with the world around us, with the universe that is your creation, you have to know yourself. You have to know yourself. And, for some of us, It's very easy to know the joyful, fun parts, but some of us have never gone into the shadows of ourselves and understood that. Okay. Others of us, we've been in the shadows for so long. We know the shadows so well. We know how to feel them, experience them, and we're stuck in them that we don't know our light. We have no idea about joy. We haven't felt love. We haven't felt peace. So these are the imbalances that are occurring internally. And those imbalances create internal wars, per se, internal separations. We are fighting against each other. The ego is fighting against the higher self because we are not able to integrate these two aspects of ourselves. And so what happens is that there's a disconnect between the way we feel, the way we think, the things that we perceive in the world, and what we're capable of doing, what we are doing and what we're capable of doing. These disconnects in ourselves cause a complete counter-creative spin in the body. They create stagnation, and from this state of being, you begin to manifest suffering. Suffering is the direct result of that because it's a counter-creative, it's a non-fluid, resistant way of experiencing things. Now, on the other side of that, if we begin to look at all the parts of ourselves, no longer are we judging things or utilizing these ideas of separation as masks in order to protect an ego or hurt damaged parts of ourselves. And so this is how, from this place of balance, we begin to experience authenticity, because now you are not afraid of your shadow, and you're also not familiar with joy or love or any other higher aspect of yourself. This allows you to experience every moment in complete authenticity without judgment. This is actually one of the most liberating, freeing, healthy states to live in. And when I first experienced this, it was an entire year of surprising myself. I surprised myself like all the time because I noticed that my reactions to things were not the way that they used to be. And I clearly recognized because I had been enforcing those memories and those reactions for so long, the entire body had memorized it. And when the trigger would come up, there would be a moment of pause, observation, recognition. And then I would check in. And since I didn't agree with responding that same way, I provided a different output, right? And the entire body shifts energetically, emotionally, even physically. The body begins to change as you change your reactions. So this begins to change the physical responses of the body from survival, flight, or fight, right, into a place of balance internally. You create this homeostasis in the body where you are owning your space in your physical body. Earlier today, I went to the grocery store and there was a lady that was shopping next to me. And probably she had like a very, very bad day because her energy was so strong, so heavy that I could just feel her in my space energetically. And it got me thinking about the conversations that you and I are having over this past month with this challenge, that when you begin to own your space, me acknowledging that energy opens that energy into my space. I begin to take it into my body and I began to feel it because obviously I'm incredibly intuitive and empathic. And as a medical, psychic, I begin to feel what other people feel in my body. So I began to feel, what she was feeling, what she was thinking, her anxieties and a lot of insecurities that she was feeling next to me and in the store. And as you begin to notice this exchange, you realize, I began to realize this is an opportunity for me to own my space. And as I created my energetic field, I G-packed immediately in the physical body, and it completely changed the energy of myself and her. And she even looked up. She looked up and she looked at me and she smiled. And her energy calmed down. It calmed down completely because, she probably had such a long day that she is in a state of survival. And so she's ready, probably maybe in a very stressful environment where she probably has to like defend herself or, speak up certain ways and have strong tone. But the moment that she felt that my energy was more solid as I did that, immediately it shifted the energy in the entire aisle that we were in. And she came back to herself the way I came back to myself. So this is really, really powerful that you can learn how to own your space. And you realize that when you create your own homeostasis in this physical body, internally and externally, you become a pillar of balance and peace and an example. Everything changes. Your facial features change, your energy expression, the way you're feeling, the way the muscles are in the body, your attention is fully inside of the body. You're experiencing that moment with your entire body. Okay, you're not getting stuck in the sensations and feelings, because when we get stuck in sensations and feelings, we are applying meaning to those feelings, and we are judging those feelings. So is it good? Is it bad? Does this feel good? Does this feel bad? All of that is a distraction. And it can be very easy to get stuck in the definition of what you're feeling rather than observation. Observation is the most neutral way to understand multiple perspectives at once. Okay, so just observing. You observe, you learn a lot more because you are allowing lots of different information to enter you, not just through a filter of what you know or what you want to know. Okay. So this is the new human coming into a state of neutrality and observation and maintaining that kind of balance within your energetic space. The amazing thing that we can do by owning our space, I want you to remember that, own your space. I'm going to own my space wherever I go. And within my space is where I maintain harmony, peace, and balance. And your entire body is learning through your state of observation. The muscle system, nervous system, organs, internal organs, all the illnesses in the body begin to readjust. They no longer have food to feed from. Because remember that lower vibrational emotions are food for parasites, attachments, entities, negative interdimensional contact, and heavy physical problems. So this is a way for us to begin to become sovereign, in that we're not just reacting to the, triggers and the manipulations of this external matrix. Okay, so that's what balance is, and it's a really amazing way to kind of begin to work with yourself when it comes to this balance. So today, let's jump into it. We're going to start creating and owning our space, and identifying what is balance and how can we bring that into our everyday life. I want to thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Mama Ren, thank you so much for that super chat. Love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your light. Launika Yoli, welcome. Heart Traveler, Dream Weaver, thank you so much. Dream Weaver, checking in from Roswell, New Mexico. Very cool. Magical Indigo, so great to have you. Here's a question. Why do bad things happen to people with good vibrations and positive? Okay, that's it. This is the question that changed my life, because my question early on was, if I am doing everything that I think I'm supposed to be doing, why are there so many challenging experiences in my life? Okay, and this is a wonderful opportunity to understand the laws of creation, not just because someone teaches you or tells you, but through the experience. Okay, what you're going to discover is that actually, even though we think we have good vibrations, there are subconscious belief systems. There is still pain, there is still suffering, there's still heavy emotions, judgment, either to ourselves or others, that we're still harboring within the physical body, in the subconscious mind. The fact is, and that's one thing. The next part of that is remember that the higher you go in your evolution, the tests and the opportunities to learn also become more challenging. And that was actually a major learning curve that I had to take over the past 5-6 years now, that the more I became awake, I had these existential crises. And then after that balanced out, I was living in this incredible harmony. And then some more activities started to happen on a whole nother level. It was now an interdimensional realm that I was entering, where I had to learn how to navigate that. I was having a lot of MyLab experiences. I was having some really heavy, dark experiences in the higher realms. And also in the physical, very challenging experiences that I was like, how can I possibly attract such experiences in my life? And the fact of the matter is that there was, within all of those moments, a little seed of doubt, little tiny seed of doubt, little tiny seed of fear. And those little seeds are the ones that are magnified, because now you're on a journey for enlightenment. And the journey for enlightenment is the universe providing you an opportunity to heal all of those parts that are in the shadow. This is the human experience, learning. And the only way we learn is by surfacing all the things that we have been hiding within the subconscious mind. And once you finish this lifetime, you're going to go to your past lives, clear that up, and then you're going to go into the interdimensional realms, and you're going to start clearing stuff there as well. So please understand that this is a never-ending, lifelong experience of embodying unconditional love. This is the thing. So wherever we are, we need to understand there is no good and bad. There is no right or wrong. We are learning through experiences. And that's why we chose to come and experience this vessel of the human body. It's a very, very powerful vessel. Within this vessel, we have a genetic code that is so complex that encompasses a cocktail of DNA of many different dimensional layers, dimensions in which we have to learn to coexist with. So after you're done with this human experience, depending on how much work you do to reintegrate yourself, you will have the ability to navigate these higher dimensional realms. We are preparing for that. It's not that we're going to live in the future, but every single tool in the present moment allows you to begin to access these dimensional layers in the now moment, because we're multidimensional. So this is how we have to begin to shift that, okay? Dreamweaver, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button. Yes, thank you, Dreamweaver. Magical Indigo, thank you so much. True, it's consciousness, yes. Sigfred Lomel, thank you so much for that super chat. I'm very grateful to you. Many thanks for your wonderful work. Thank you very much for that super chat. Melinda Crocker, hello from Texas. Majikali, wow, beautiful name. Thank you for joining us. Dee Daman, hello from SF. Awesome, welcome. Just waking up. All right, so great to see you guys. Welcome. Let's get started. If you guys have more questions, put it in the chat and I'll answer it at the end. We're going to start by inhaling deeply. Breathing deeply. Okay, with every breath you take, you can allow yourself to ground down to the center of the earth. Visualizing a field around your body. Coming into your body fully, connecting fully with your body. I want you to begin to connect with your toes. Bring your presence and your full awareness to your toes, everything that your toes are experiencing. Going up to your feet, your ankles. Take your attention fully into the ankles. And with every area that we begin to connect with, we're going to add an additional area that becomes conscious in the physical body. We're going to go up to the shins and the calves. Going up to the knees. Going up to the thighs. Bring yourself fully into the thighs. Focus on your thighs, the experience of being your thighs. And your attention is fully in the lower half of your body. You're fully aware of everything that your body is processing from your toes up into the thighs. 360 degrees all around your body. Going up into the hips now. Bring your full attention into the hips. Breathing deeply. Going into the pelvic bone. Bring your full attention into the pelvic area. Feel yourself grounding deeper into the center of the earth. Going up into the lower abdomen. You're going to go to the root chakra, and you're just going to visualize shrinking that chakra down to the size of a dime. You're going to go up to the sacral chakra. Shrink it down to the size of a dime. Going up to the solar plexus. Shrink it down to the size of a dime. And you're going to take a really nice 3 deep breaths here. And with every breath you take, your mind is just focused on everything that you are experiencing from the lower body, from the solar plexus down, 360 degrees. You are fully aware of yourself, where you are, the room that you're in, the city that you're in, the state or district that you're in, the country that you're in, the continent that you're in, the part of the world that you're in. And almost as if you have hovered above the world, looking down at yourself, sitting in that room, whatever room you're in, just observing yourself from a bird's eye view, as you begin to see yourself connected, anchored down to the center of the earth. Allow yourself to feel the body simultaneously while you are above looking down at yourself. Grounded. And simultaneously, you are sitting in the room that you're in, and you are also watching yourself from above. Just observing. You're going to go up to your heart chakra. Go ahead and open your heart chakra, opening the center of unconditional love and connection. You're going to go up into your throat chakra. Go ahead and expand that throat chakra nice and wide. And I want you to feel your entire body opening the throat chakra. Be fully in your body. I want you to experience this with the entire body, not just the mind, not just the imagination, your entire body. This is the integration of the higher self into the physical. You're going to go up to your third eye. Go ahead and expand your third eye. Go ahead and open that third eye. Experience yourself opening that third eye with your entire body. Notice how much more clarity you have as you do these things with the entire body, not just your thoughts or imagination. So right now you should really be fully inside of the body. And you're going to once again ground yourself down to the center of the earth. And you're going to create your sphere around your body as you begin to tune in to your energetic field. Go ahead and take a look at your morphogenetic field. You can look at the sacred geometry of your body, the expression of holographic DNA that makes up your energetic body. As you begin to observe the different layers of frequency that surround you, you're going to experience it from the body. Notice how different senses are heightened up in order to be able to observe this. And some of it might feel foreign to you. It's going to feel like you're hearing, tasting at the same time, seeing and imagining at the same time, sensing and observing at the same time. Because you are tuning into the unification of all senses in order to access the higher senses. And at first, this is going to feel strange. But you're going to train yourself every single day to become very acquainted with this level of awareness in order to know yourself. If you don't know yourself, we don't know anything. We cannot know anything. Because it's through the self that we are creating our experience as a human. So as you inhale and exhale, I want you to begin to know yourself here in this moment. As you begin to observe yourself, observe how it feels to experience this moment fully with the entire body. There is no space for random thoughts because of our absolute presence and observation. When we are busy observing, we are completely occupied with the present moment. This is the most empowered state. If you were to look at yourself and your multidimensional body right now through an etheric lens, you would see your entire body light up, because this is where the consciousness has become aware of itself. It knows that it's conscious. And this is where things begin to shift. In this place of absolute observation and presence, we are in the highest state of safety, because we have seized any kind of subconscious inputs into the system. We are fully occupied with observation and presence. Any part of you, any memory of the body, of the muscles, of the nervous system that wants to bring fear into the moment is the mind splitting from the present into the past or the future. So if that happens, I want you to breathe yourself back into an observation state, and you're going to experience the present with your entire body. Once again, 360 degrees. Experience the present moment with your entire body, with all of your senses. You're going to begin to feel rested, rejuvenated. because the resources have been brought up to the highest optimum for the physical body. You will notice that when we leave this state, the monkey mind wants to begin to split off into the past or the future. And we deplete a lot of life force in this way. So when we bring our presence into the complete moment with our entire body, we begin to optimize our existence and our capacity. Breathing deeply, experiencing this present moment with all of your senses, with all of your body. Now that you're here, I want you to begin to observe the past 24 hours. And I want you to watch yourself very carefully in the past 24 hours as you begin to observe all the times that you came out of balance today. Did you even come into balance at any time throughout today? Take a look at that. Notice the moments that you remembered yourself throughout today. The moments that you were not in balance, what were you? What were you doing in all of those moments that you were not in a state of balance? What are some of the thoughts that occupied your mind that don't allow you to come into the present fully? And I want you to fact check those belief systems. Are they true? Break down these activities to the core belief systems running behind them. How much of you is spent in survival throughout your day? How much of you is spent in the past? Go ahead and see that now. How much of your true expression is blocked by being in the past? How much of your true expression is blocked by being in the future? Observe yourself carefully throughout all of these experiences throughout your day, at your energy resources, and almost as if you're looking at a battery of your body. How much energy is depleted through these different unconscious states throughout your day? What are some of the things that you do in order to recharge yourself unconsciously? Whether it's food, whether it's rest, whether it's escaping or becoming distracted. How many activities do you create for yourself in order to cope with the amount of energy that has been depleted from being in the past or being in the future? So I want you to see yourself now, after having reviewed this. Who would you be if you were in the present moment, experiencing the presence with your whole body at all times throughout your day? Begin to scan your day from the morning till now, as if you were in the present moment through all of your day. How would it be different? How would your interactions be different? Your internal dialogue, the emotions that you use, how would they be different? How much resistance are you in throughout your day? How would it be different if you were not in resistance? What would that look like? What would that feel like in your body? Breathing deeply. And go ahead and observe all of your fragments from today. And I want you to bring them back into owning their space. See them creating a field around them, and see them creating an environment of harmony, of balance, and absolute presence, experiencing the moment with their entire body in these different scenarios. Notice how the scenarios begin to change as you look at your day. And just notice if any other memories or traumatic experiences from the past were triggered through today's experiences, and just acknowledge them just as you did today's experience. Feel with your entire body all of these different timelines in the present moment. Right now, you are traveling through your multidimensional body. You are traveling and navigating timelines. And every time you bring one of your fragments into the present moment, into a state of balance, you are shifting your holographic genetic code. As you begin to allow every single one of your fragments to experience the present moment fully through their body, you begin to feel more complete, more whole. As you begin to reintegrate these fragments, I want you to visualize neutralizing any kind of negative cords that were created. And you're just going to call back your life force into the body. Calling it back from today, all of the energy, the unconscious energy depletion of your day, you're going to bring it back into your body from the moment you wake up to now. And if it's morning for you, you can look at yesterday, maybe even your night, if you're conscious of your dream state. Call back all of your fragments back into your body. As you begin to feel more energized, you begin to feel more calm, more complete, more centered, more present. Begin to observe yourself in this entire state of awareness, in this balanced observation, non-judgmental existence. Bring yourself back into the now moment. And once again, begin to experience this moment through your body, owning your space. With every breath you take, we're going to visualize creating a vortex of white light around the body. And we're just going to clear out all 13 layers of the energetic field, any kind of debris that's stagnant in the body. We're just going to neutralize it, bringing the body into a state of neutrality in each dimensional layer. We're going to start with the first one, the second one, the third dimensional body, the fourth dimensional body, the fifth dimensional body, the sixth dimensional body, the seventh dimensional body, the eighth, the ninth, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th. So you can clearly see all 13 dimensional bodies around you. I want you to see a room full of contracts. These contracts are going to represent the karmic cyclical patterns that we continue to repeat every day. We're going to clear them for today, and they're going to clear for the next 24 hours. Go ahead and visualize your crown. The crown is going to shine on top of these contracts. We're going to eliminate them from that room completely, letting go of all of these cyclical, robotic, unconscious programs, reactions, beliefs. Clear them out. All the agreements to experience suffering, the unconscious agreements to suffer, to feel pain, to be in the past or in the future. Clear them out. And as you see an empty room, you're going to fill it up with your crown light. The color of your crown. Fill it up. As you begin to anchor into your body, complete awareness that you are here illuminating and existing in a state of complete symbiosis with yourself and this universe. As you begin to experience this moment of balanced neutrality, that is observation, non-judgmental observation. Okay, you're going to ground yourself down to the center of the earth. You're going to go ahead and open your first chakra back into a balanced state. Your sacral, your solar, your heart, your throat, your third eye. Activate the 7th. Activate the 8th. Activate the 9th. Activate the 10th. Activate the 11th. Activate the 12th. Activate the 13th. And above you is source. Go ahead and visualize anchoring that source into your body. This is who you are. You are pure infinite consciousness. You are unconditional love. Embody that. Be that. You are that. Go ahead and expand that in your body. And go ahead and open your eyes. And as you open your eyes, you begin to see yourself in this present moment, completely connected. Very good. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for being here and for joining me on day 17. And I hope this practice and this meditation helped you understand what it really means to embody that balance. Okay, and there's many different ways that I explained it here today, but the best way to understand that is by experiencing it and becoming familiar with it. So go ahead and you do this on a daily basis and see how it is to be in the present moment, experiencing the present moment with your entire body as observation, as awareness. And this is the quickest way to bring yourself in a state of balance. So thank you again. Thank you, Kobe Belson. Thank you, Pono. Thank you so much, John Shane. Thank you for being Deep Knowledge, celebrating the 8th grader Chevalier graduation and new journey into the high school. Thank you so much, John. So wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much, PL. Hi, Geraldine. Thank you. I feel more pain is coming up in the body, especially second chakra. I hope I can work through it. Okay, yes. So remember that you can remove that pain from the body. So imagine that pain. I want you to feel into the pain and notice the emotions that that pain has. Every single pain has emotional data. So as you sit with the pain, it's going to get stronger. Name out the emotions that come up. And as you name them out and acknowledge them, you're going to release what's being fed into that pain. Okay? And keep doing that until you're going to answer yourself about the emotions that you're feeling. You're going to get some memories, work with those memories, get to the root, deprogram, give those fragments of yourself what they needed, because the pain is a cry for attention to parts of us that we have suppressed or neglected or ignored or forgotten. So I want you to find out, who are we neglecting and who needs attention, who needs love there. And you're going to provide yourself with what you need. The moment you provide yourself with what you need, that pain begins to go away. Okay, I have healed myself from horrific pains in the past with this powerful exercise. And I also want you to create a violet vortex where it's going to go into that pain and help you remove it simultaneously out of the body. Imagine that pain as being a kind of substance or stagnation with your mind, but you have to trust yourself and believe in yourself 100% that you are capable of doing this. You're going to remove that pain out of your body. Remember the hundreds of placebo exercises that have been done in order to cure people's pain by making them take placebo medications, do the same for yourself. You are taking one of the most powerful medications in the world, the unique medication of the mind, as you begin to remove this pain out of your body. But for long-standing healing, we need to resolve the emotions and the parts of us that have been trapped in that part of the body. Okay. Angie, fantastic meditation. Can't wait to rewatch again. Thank you for your help, Angie. Everybody, please say thank you to Angie for being such an amazing moderator. She just offered to do that, and I am so grateful for your help. And I'm grateful for anyone else that helps us. I mean, you guys are so cooperative with timestamps and sharing, and love you so much, family. Thank you for that. Nayeli, so good to see you. Dr. Lindsay, thank you so much. Nerve pain, burns bad in my head. Yes, I've been doing this for years. Yeah. Susanna V, thank you so much. Thanks, Geraldine. Super nice meditation. But the pain is still there in my right shoulder to my right side of my head. So remember that the right side is the masculine. So there is some resistance in terms of how things are moving, acting, playing out, and existing. So where are we resisting that? These are very subconscious, long-standing belief systems that are carried on generationally through the body. And it's your opportunity and invitation to begin to end some of these cyclical belief systems. Okay. All right. Love you so much, everybody. Have an amazing week. I hope to God, Magical Indigo, that you are, alleviated from this suffering. And I'm definitely sending you healing, and anybody else in the group that wants to send some healing to hold space for anybody that is in pain right now. Let's go ahead and hold it for you in that moment to help you process through that as fast as possible. We support you and we love you. Heart Traveler, thank you. All my love.